What's up, Knife Tube? It's Diamond Cut Steel, and you guys are gonna learn something today. Alrighty, here is that Hightron M390 knife that was marked down to like $39. It's back up to 80 now, but it was on Prime Day, I think like 37, almost 38 bucks. Actually, a really cool little knife. So good, I bought one of each color. I have three of them. However, like I said in the original video, when I cut tested the first time on the factory edge, these blades are drastically overstropped from the factory. So yeah, they feel sharp when you get them, but they have no bite. They're just massively overstropped. So it performed like terrible. It did. Where is it? Hightron M390 factory edge. It did 15 cuts before it failed. Now, of course, this is M390, so it's soft. It's soft, but it still should perform much better than that. Compositionally, it should at least get up there in the well done D2 range, considering it's around 59. So now it's got a fresh edge on it. This is its second edge. We are at 17 degrees per side. These are absurdly slicey thin blades. So let's cut test this sucker and see what it does. Now, M390 is not a steel that I like to polish, yet a lot of people do like it polished. I don't. I don't think it performs very good unless it's ran hard. If it's over 62 or over, it can be polished and perform pretty good. Under 62, I would never polish it. This right here is finished on an Atoma 600. At 17 degrees per side. Atoma 600. All right, let's cut test this bad little bitch. Here's your edge. Nice and aggressive. There we go. Nice aggressive scratch pattern. Okay, so now we're gonna cut this right here. That's where we're gonna be doing the cutting at. And this is 1/2 inch sisal. I did say I'm gonna do all powder steels on 3/4 inch. But with how this one did on the factory edge, I had no idea how it's going to do. But I do know for a fact this is actually M390 from Bohler. Not a China analog of it. This is Bohler M390. They actually showed me the purchase order. I asked them on Amazon, and they sent me a copy of the purchase order. So it legitimately is Bohler M390. And not a China analog, which I fully expected it was. Just based on them selling it at $38. This is the second time I've seen it under $40. When I bought this one, it was $39.99. But if it was $80, 50% off coupon. So that was a couple months ago. So let's cut test this thing. But if it performs, the reason I'm cut testing it on 1/2 inch and not 3/4 because we don't know how. I want to see how it does on 1/2 inch first. If it performs reasonable here, then we'll sharpen it again and redo the cut test on 3/4. So let's get to it. This is going to be a beautiful rope cutting edge. And it is. but absolutely no degradation in those 10. Beautiful. All right, so we do know now that that super low score was simply factory edge issues. Let's see how the DLC holds up on this too. This rope is abrasive, so I fully expect it to dull it some. It's PVD, not DLC. Well, DLC is a PVD coating, but this is just your standard PVD, not a DLC. So being this is sub 60, I expect it to perform like well done D2. Just knowing what I know of M390. That thin slicey edge cuts nice. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna get up over petrified fish D2. So I'm gonna say it's gonna get up close to what the S35BN did. What did it do? 110? No. What did the S35BN do? Can't find it. I need to get that spreadsheet typed out. 140. Yeah. So the Cold Steel S35N did 140. I'm gonna say it's gonna get up around that. It's blowing through this rope right now. No degradation at all. PVD looks like it's holding up pretty good. Oh yeah, this is performing quite nice actually. PVD is doing a good job. I told y'all you should have bought these at $38, man. Should have got you a couple of them. Yeah, I probably should have did this on 3/4, but I didn't know I was going to perform this. I'm going to be here for a minute. I'm going to be here for a minute. Sharpened up pretty nicely too. No complaints on sharpening it. Deburred nicely. Oh, we might have our first little catch. Or the paper twisted on me. No, that's the paper twisted on me. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a fucking minute. How many's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 100. Yeah, this is gonna outcut the S35. I'm pretty sure. I do feel it's starting to lose a little bite. Not a lot, a little bit. Yeah, starting to lose a little bit of bite. Oh. This was a value at $40 for a knife that's performing this good. Oh, there's starting to be some issues. Not enough to tear. Oh, maybe. I think that might be it, boys and girls. I think that might be it. Let me clean the edge off. Hold on. It still feels like it wants a cut, but there is a little catch. There is a little catch, but it's still cutting. That's close. It's probably going to do 10 more. I don't know. No, that's it. Nope. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're going to call it there because yeah, we're going to call it there. And I do want to make sure that I'm right. Yes. All right. So what did it do? 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. That was right on the heels of the at 130. And it's still blazing through that rope. Edge looks relatively clean. There is some glinting. Yeah, see right there some. So yeah, that's it. That's it. But keep in mind, it's only on its first edge. That's his first sharpening. So it's definitely, and that code 4 has been well used. It's on quite, many sharpenings. It's been on plenty of sharpenings. So, yeah, if this had another sharpening or two on it, it would have easily outcut it. So Hightron knocks it out the park, man. That's a good deal at $40. The PVD held up nice. You can see some, some degrade, some of it degrading, but very little. I'm gonna check one more time just to make sure we're not calling this test too early. Clean this edge off because it still feels like it's cutting so good. And I see minimal glinting. Yes, okay. I just want to make sure okay. All right, so 130 for the Hightron M390. That was pretty impressive for what is a $37 knife. Or you could have got it $37, $38. If you missed them, I'll post the next time I see them go on sale. Get you one. They're nice and smooth. The action's good. I know it looks funky, but this thing's comfortable in hand. It's super light. And because of that thin blade stock, it is a laser slicer. So definitely get you one. When they go back to, when you can pick them up at $40, man, get you one. They're a steal at that. 2.6 ounces. 2.6 ounces. So, and the action is good. They're nice and snappy. The front flipper works, but it's kind of awkward. Anyways, carries nicely. This is an awesome knife for $40. And now that we know the heat treat is, yes, it's soft, but the heat treat's decent. So, I'm going to say this performs as good as the average piece of M390 from... Actually, I'd say this performs better than the average piece of M390 that comes from China. Yeah, I'd say this is slightly better than the average M390 from China. And keep in mind, first edge. Well, there's the cut test, guys. It scored 130. It performed very good. Hightron for $40, man, or sub $40, man, that's a steal. All right, guys. Y'all have a good